Hey you guys, so it's Keoshia. Welcome back for another Savvy Saturdays. If you like these types of videos, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure you guys subscribe and let's just get into the video. Okay you guys, as you can tell from the title of the video today, we're going to talk about sinking funds. I'm going to tell you guys what a sinking fund is, how you should keep your sinking funds, and what categories I suggest that you need for your sinking funds. So let's get started. Okay, so what is a sinking fund? A sinking fund is a fund that is used for expected purchases or expenses. Now, this can be anything that you expect to happen throughout the year or that you know you want to purchase throughout the year. Now, the one thing about sinking funds is that sinking funds will deplete or sink over time. That is the purpose of the fund. But in order to be able to sink or decrease the amount in those sinking funds, you first have to save up for that expense or for that purchase. Now, if you're like me, as you see that money grow, you're going to find it's harder and harder and harder to use that money when you need it. But using sinking funds will help you not blow your monthly budget when you have certain purchases you need to make or certain expenses come up or even something unexpected comes up, because you will already have a sinking fund. You will have that money readily available to use for that purchase or that expense, and you will not blow your monthly budget. Now, like me, if you watch my vlogs or you know me, you know I had an issue with my home where I had water damage. And I had a home maintenance fund, and I think I had like $3,000 or $4,000 in there. And so when it came to, I had to do a claim for insurance, I had to pay to get a new water heater, I was all upset. Truth to that situation was I had a home maintenance sinking fund. I readily wrote them a check and was able to pay for everything I needed to pay without disrupting my monthly budget, without disrupting my snowball towards my car. So sinking funds can really save you when things come up that are unexpected, but you expect them to happen and you just don't know when they're going to happen. So you can save up for those types of things. Okay you guys, so what kind of sinking funds do you need? The first sinking funds I suggest that everybody sets up is a life happens fund. A life happens fund is a fund that is in between sinking funds and sort of your emergency fund. And what I mean by life happens is those little things that happen on a regular basis, or every now and then, or just intermittent, that is not in one of the bigger categories that I'm going to mention when it comes to sinking funds. For instance, an example would be breaking your cell phone screen. I recently, last year sometime when I was setting up these accounts, I set up a life happens fund, and I was in the car one day. I put my phone on my lap and I forgot. I got out of the car. The phone fell completely on the concrete pavement and it shattered. I couldn't use my phone. I couldn't answer phone calls. I couldn't read text messages, and I had to pay $150 to get my screen replaced. And I took it out of my life happens fund because in that case it really won't fall into any of these other categories. Take for instance a speeding ticket. A speeding ticket necessarily wouldn't come out of your emergency fund. It wouldn't come out of your car maintenance fund. It's just something that happened. A parking ticket, anything like that is what a life happens fund should be used for. Okay, so the next type of funds you need are probably Christmas. Everybody knows Christmas comes the same time every single year, yet we're always unprepared. We don't know what happened. Christmas came so fast, the year went by completely fast, and I forgot about it, and I thought I had time to save, and you didn't. You need to be saving for Christmas starting today, December 1st, okay? December 1st until November the next year. By the end of November, beginning of November, you should have your fully funded Christmas fund to go shopping on that Black Friday or when all the deals are happening, or throughout the year, whatever it is that you like to do. But you need to have a Christmas fund. You also need to have a birthday and a gift fund. If you have little children, if you like to go to your friends' birthday parties and they have good gatherings, then you need to be able to buy them people a gift. Do not show up to anybody's birthday party or any kid birthday party without a gift. There is no excuse. Start a birthday or a gift fund, okay? Home maintenance. If you own a home, if you own a home, basically, because if you rent one, the rent person should be fixing stuff at the house. But if you own a home, you need a home maintenance fund to pay for, like, if the air conditioning go out, if your stove go out and needs to be repaired, if you need to touch up paint or anything like that to maintain your home at the state you like to keep it. You know, homes deteriorate over time unless we maintain them, so you need a home maintenance fund. Now this is different from your homeowner's insurance fund. If you own your home outright with no mortgage payment, you need to have a home insurance fund where you pay your monthly homeowner's insurance once a year. You need to be saving up for that to pay it for once a year. Now, if you still have a mortgage, you know, and a loan out on your home, that should be coming out of your escrow account. That way, the bank or whomever's taking your homeowner's payments should be saving up to pay your homeowner's insurance and your taxes too, for your home every single year. So for people who own their home outright, you should have a home tax fund and a home insurance fund, or you can put them together, whatever you want to call it. So that's another fund you would need. The next fund you need, if you own a car, whether it's paid for or not paid for, you have to put maintenance on that car. You need to have a car maintenance fund. You need to get new tires, you got to get an oil change, you need brakes, you know, your air conditioning went out, whatever the case may be, you need to have a car maintenance fund in order to pay for those expected or unexpected expenses. A kids fund, a summer, like for my kids, I have a summer fund, like summer fund. I think it's called summer. I think it's just called summer. I have school supplies. You know, every single year they need school supplies. Throughout the years they having fundraisers. They need money for this. They need money for that. School will have you going broke. At least you will have a school fund or whatever the case may be to be able to pull out of that and give to your child when it's time for things to come up for school. And then for summer, you should be saving all winter and spring long, and then during summer you'll have a summer fund where you can do summer activities. Last year or this past season I saved up like $400 or $500 for the kids, so every time we wanted to do activities when it came to the summer, I just took it out of their summer fund. I didn't have to change my budget, I didn't have to budget for it, anything like that. So if you have kids, you definitely need a summer fund. A clothing fund. All kids need clothes. They grow like weeds. Adults not so much, you know, every now and then you may need something new, just depending on what's going on. But children, if they are still in that growing stage, they need clothes all the time. New shoes. My daughter, I swear, she went from the summer she was wearing an 8.5. By the time school started, she was wearing a 9.5, and I had to buy her a whole new set of shoes, even though I had just bought her some shoes for her birthday in May. Like, children grow like weeds, so you need to have a clothing fund. A vacation or travel fund. This could be, you know, the summer fund could go hand in hand with this. It just depends on how you break it up. I have a travel fund, which is for me personally, and what I do with that fund, that's for me and my friends to go on trips. Vacation fund is the family trip. So the trips that I'm taking my kids on, we're going to Disney World, we're going to, you know, Gulf Shores, or we're going to the beach or whatever, that is for us. But my travel fund is for adult activities where I like to go traveling with my friends, or a girls trip or whatever. I will take it out of my travel vacation fund. So those are just to name a few. This is not at all inclusive list. It will definitely be based on your household and what you need. Okay, you guys, so the last tip is to where to house these sinking funds. I have two methods that I like to tell my clients to use. I use one and sometimes my clients use another, or they use a combination. It just depends on your household, you know, like I said, and your individual needs. So the first way to do it is to use cash envelopes. Now, I did a whole video on how to set up cash envelopes, what cash envelopes are. I will link it up here in the little eye in the sky. You guys will go check that out after this video. Now, with cash envelopes, you're going to have two sets. So you're going to have your normal cash envelopes that I mentioned in that cash envelope budget video up here in the corner, and then you'll have your sinking fund cash envelope. Now, there's two different ways you can do the cash envelopes when it comes to sinking funds. The first way is to have individual cash envelopes like this. This is just the laminated cash envelopes that I sell in my Etsy shop. I just laminate them and they come in sets of 6 or whatever. And you can take this cash envelope, put a label on it that says Christmas. And every time you get paid, if you say you're going to put $50 in the Christmas fund, you'll get that money out and you will put it inside of this envelope. And so you'll keep saving it up until Christmas comes. So you have $50, you take it out of the bank when you get paid, you put it in the cash envelope, and then you leave it until Christmas. Unless you're buying Christmas presents or anything like that, you should not be dipping into these envelopes. Now, if you have a problem with dipping in envelopes, I'm going to tell you the second way, which usually helps curb those kind of temptations. Okay, so the second way you can do it in a cash envelope is to use an accordion style. Now remember, Your sinking funds are not something you're going to use on a regular basis. It is just when those expected purchase or expenses or unexpected purchase or expenses come up is when you're going to reach into this wallet. Now, the cash envelopes that you use on an everyday basis that I mentioned in that video, those are what you're going to spend out of, you know, daily, weekly, or whatever the case may be. This you should not be using daily, weekly, or nothing like that. You should only be using it when that purchase, you saved up enough money for that purchase, or when that expense comes up. Now, this accordion only costs $1. You know, we budget friendly around here at the dollar store. It has 6 compartments. And you see I have cash in here, and you just stick it in the category. So like I said, if you have $50 for, you know, $20 for car maintenance, you'll stick that $20 in there, and every single time you get paid, you stick that $20 in there, $20 in there. When it's time for oil change, and it costs $59.99, you go into this fund and you pull out $60 and you take it with you when you go get that oil change, and you're set to go. And then you still keep filling this up because it has to keep being replenished. Like, you're going to spend money out of this. This is supposed to decrease. Do not feel bad if you go in your car maintenance fund and you start pulling money out to pay for things because that is what it's for. Is to make sure that you do not disrupt your monthly budget for expected purchases or expenses. You should be able to save up for them so you don't even have to touch your regular income, or stop a debt snowball, or stop another sinking fund, or stop paying bills, or be late on bills because something major happens. The second way is the way that I use is to have it in a bank account. If you have it in a bank account, you can use a debit card to make those purchases when they come up. Now, you're not supposed to be using that debit card unless the purchases are related to what is in your sinking fund account. Okay, so the thing about a bank account is you will need to have a way to separate each account and know how much money is in each account. Now, an accordion is easy to see how much is in each account, but when you look at that bank account statement or whatever, you're going to see a total, let's say $3,000. Okay, all that $3,000 doesn't go to home maintenance. All that $3,000 doesn't go to car maintenance. All that $3,000 doesn't go to travel. It could be $1,000 in home maintenance. It could be $1,000 in car maintenance. It could be $500 in travel, $300 in school supplies, $200 in clothes, whatever the case may be. You need to have a piece of paper or a spreadsheet or something that tells you out of that $3,000, how is it broke up into each individual category. I like to do that because I don't use my sinking funds that much. I rarely have to use them, so I like to build that money up. And so when it comes to be like $3,000 and $4,000 in that bank account, you don't really, I don't really want to have that in my house. So, you know, it just depends on the person. If you're first starting out, this is good, but once that money builds up or gets too much to keep in the home, I suggest getting a bank account. A lot of people like to use Capital One 360, Ally Bank, their regular bank that they already bank with, whatever the case may be. But just make sure that the bank you use does not charge fees, okay? We don't need to be paying no fees at no bank. Do not be paying fees. It needs to be free. Wherever you keeping this money at, it needs to build up some kind of interest, something like that. So I really look into different banks and different things that you can do for that. Okay, you guys, so I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe, and if you know anybody who could benefit from these videos or like them, please share it with them and bring them into the budgeting family. Also, if you think that I can help you with your budget, if you need help setting up a budget, sinking funds, cash envelopes, just accountability parlor, click the link in the description bar and set up a free 15-minute consultation with me, and we can work it out. So I will see you guys in the next video. Bye. Okay, you guys, so to go ahead and schedule your 15-minute consultation, go ahead and click the link in the description box, and it will bring you to this financial coaching page where you'll be able to read why you should work with me and things that I do. Go ahead and click on the 15-minute intro schedule, and it will give you a bunch of dates. It's 2 weeks in advance, so I hope to be talking to you guys really soon. Thank you.